Hello friends, today we are going to learn spotting errors, which is a very important topic for the preparation of NDA examination. And in this topic we are going to learn 10 very important rules and they will help you a lot in this preparation. This is the first rule. In this rule we are going to learn about subject-verb agreement. And dear friends, this rule talks about two singular nouns when used joined by and when used as subject, they form a plural subject. And in this way, when two singular nouns are joined by and they are collectively used as the subject of a verb, the verb must be plural in form. You can see this example which is incorrect, and in this example it is shown that where Dinesh and Mohan is my brother. Is here is incorrect verb because there needs to be a plural verb because there are two singular nouns which are joined by and. And now I'll give you second example which is correct one. In this example you can find that the sentence is corrected with the plural form of the verb. So always remember that even there are two singular nouns, they are joined by and because they are two, it means they are more than one. That's why the subject is already plural. If it is more than one, it is already plural. That's why the verb should always be the plural in form. Now we are going to learn rule number 2. In this rule we can see that when two singular nouns referring to the same person are used as the subject of a verb, and only once the is used before the first noun, then the verb should be singular in form. The verb cannot be plural in form. As you can see in this example which is incorrect, the founder and chairman are present for the occasion. In this example, the founder and chairman, these are singular nouns, but both of them are referring to the same person. How can we identify that both of these nouns are referring to the same person? By the use of this verb, this word the. The is used only before the first noun. It is not repeated before the second noun. That's why it means that both of the nouns refer to the same person. This is why the subject should be singular in form, because we are not talking about more than one person. We are talking about only one person. Okay. That's why the verb should always be singular in this case. And you can see that the sentence is corrected in this example with the correct form of the verb. The founder and president is present for the occasion. Suppose if we want to talk about different people, different persons, we'll have to repeat this article the before the second noun also. If we say the founder and the president, it means we are talking about two different people. Okay. And if we are talking about two different people, we'll have to use plural verb. Okay. So in this case, the is used only at once before the first singular noun. It is not repeated after and, means before the second singular noun. That's why the subject is singular in form. We are talking about only one person who is playing both of the roles. He is playing the role of a founder as well as the role of a chairman. Okay. Now this is rule number 3. In this rule you can see that when two singular nouns are joined by and first noun is preceded by each or every, the verb should be singular in form. See, each, when we use each or every as adjectives before nouns, they refer to individuals. They don't refer to people collectively. Okay. When I say each of the children or every one of the people who are present here, means I'm not talking about all of them collectively. I'm talking about them individually. When we use each or every as adjectives, it means that we are talking about them individually, and that's why the verb should be singular in form. As you can see in this example, which is incorrect, every boy and girl were present. Okay. Here also you can see that boy and girl are singular nouns and every is used before only the first noun. The adjective every is not repeated before the second noun. It means we are talking about individually. Okay. We are talking about every boy and girl individually. That's why the verb should be singular in form. Okay, and if I repeat this word every, if I repeat this adjective every after and, we will have to use plural verb. Okay. In this example, the sentence is corrected, every boy and girl was present. So this is a rule which is based on the subject verb agreement. When subject is singular, the verb should be singular, and when the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. This is known as subject verb agreement. I am repeating this point for those who have a kind of confusion about what is subject verb agreement. Okay. And remember remember one more thing, all the rules which we are going to learn in this lesson are related with subject verb agreement. And remember one more very important point, that in spotting errors various topics are there: noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, conjunction, then articles, syntax. Syntax is the structure of a sentence. So all these use of redundant words also. So there are so many topics on which spotting errors are asked, but verb is the most important topic of them all. I have had an analysis of previous 30 question papers. Okay, and based on all those 30 question papers, I made an analysis that verb is the most important topic as far as spotting errors is concerned. Okay, you can take the example of last year's question paper in the question paper of September 2019. Out of 10 questions, 6 questions were based on tense. 2 questions were having no error as an answer, and 2 questions were based on other topics. Okay, so 6 is a greater weightage, and in verb the most important topic is subject verb agreement. There are many other subtopics in verb such as tense is also there, voice is also there, then gerund participle, participle is also there, infinitives are also there, but of all of them, the most important subtopic in the topic of verb is subject verb agreement. So this is why I have given all these rules related with subject verb agreement. Now let's see rule number 4. In this rule also, when two singular nouns are joined by or, nor, either or neither nor. See, these are conjunctions which denote. See, these are the conjunctions which refer to indefinite people. Okay, either or. We are not talking about them collectively. Okay, individually. When we talk about people individually, we use either or. Okay, when we talk about thing individually, we use neither nor, either or. Okay, or nor. So when two or more singular nouns are joined by either or, neither nor, or nor, the verb must always be singular in form. You can see in this example that the verb is used plural, neither Rohan nor Mohan. We are talking about both of them. Remember this thing. But we are not talking about both of them collectively. We are talking about both of them individually. When we talk about them individually, remember that the verb should always be singular in form. So here the error is in the use of this verb in place of where we need to use was. Okay. So in this example, you can see that the sentence is corrected and was is used, and this is the correct sentence. This kind of grammatical error you can find in spotting error types of questions. So remember this point. This is very important point. And I would confidently tell you that after learning these 10 rules, you will be more confident about solving the questions of spotting errors. Okay, so just revise this chapter again and again so that you can master this topic of subject verb agreement. Because as I said earlier, this is the most important topic. And now let's learn rule number 5. In rule number 5, we can see that when the subjects joined by or, nor are of different numbers. What is number? There are 2 numbers in English grammar. Okay, number is a grammatical concept. Okay, as far as nouns are concerned, we have 2 numbers, singular and plural. Okay, when there are 2 nouns joined by or, nor, one is singular and the other is plural. Okay, the first may be singular, the second may be plural, or the first may be plural or the second may be plural. Okay, the verb will always agree with the subject which is nearest to it. So always remember that if the second noun is plural, the verb must be plural. If the second noun is singular, the verb must be singular. So this is the most important thing which we need to keep in mind. Now see this example in which you can find that neither the soldiers nor the commander were injured. In this example, neither nor is used as conjunction, okay? And first noun is plural, soldiers, and the second noun is commander, which is singular in form. If the second noun is singular, the verb must be singular because this is the noun which is nearest to the verb. Okay, this is the subject which is nearest to the verb. So the verb should always agree with the subject which is nearest to it, and that's why the verb should be singular. Otherwise, in another case, just suppose if this singular noun is used before the plural noun. If I say neither the commander nor the soldiers, then the verb can be singular. Verb must be singular because soldiers is a plural noun which is used in second place. Okay. Now you can see this example which is corrected grammatically, and in this example the verb plural see neither the see in this example. The verb is used in plural form, and because it is used in plural form because the second noun is plural in form. Okay. Now let's learn rule number 6. In this rule, we can again see that this is also related with subject verb agreement. In this rule, it is said that when subjects are joined by or nor, when these conjunctions are used or nor to join subjects, okay, are of different persons. Person can be say first person, second person, or third person. Okay. For example, if I say neither I nor he, it means I is a first person subject, and you can see in this example neither he nor I is wrong. Okay. Either he or I is wrong. See here, he is a third person singular subject and I is a first person singular subject. Okay. So the verb must agree in person with the second subject, second noun. Okay. So with I we don't use is, with I we use am. So the correct sentence will be either he or I am wrong. Okay. Okay, just suppose if we use these pronouns if we exchange their positions, okay, if I is used before he, then is the correct verb. For example, we can say that either I or he is wrong. Okay, but the second verb is first person, that's why the verb should be am. Okay, because with the first person singular subject, we use am, we don't use. Now we are going to learn rule number 7. In this rule also we will talk about subject verb agreement. Dear friends, when a collective noun is used, it is used in two different contexts. Okay. Sometimes we use a collective noun to refer to a group of people wherein all members of that group behave as a group. Okay. Means they have a kind of unity in them. Okay. In this case the verb should be singular. Let's see this example. In this example, you can see that the jury was in favor of the plea. It means that all members of the jury, jury is a group of judges, okay, and plea which was registered there in the court, and the jury all members of the jury were in favor of that plea. It means that all of the members of the jury had the same opinion about the plea and they were all in favor of the plea. This means that all members are having a kind of a sense of unity in them. Okay. Means when we use a collective noun in this sense to refer to the members of the group collectively, when all of them are behaving as one group, the verb should be singular in form. But when that collective noun is not used to denote that the members of that group are united, means it indicates in some way or by some particular word that the members of that group are sharing different opinions about a particular thing, and in this case we will have to use a plural verb. You can see in this example that the jury were against the plea. It does not mean that all members were against the plea. Some members might be in opposition of the plea. Okay. That's why only a majority of the members in that jury might be against the plea, and and only a minority of the judges in that jury might be in favor. This is suggested by this example. Okay, when we use a plural verb with a collective noun, it suggests that it might suggest, or if we want to indicate like this, that the members of that group are not behaving as one group, okay, are not united in a kind of in a particular sense. Okay, so this is the rule, and now rule number 8. In this rule, we can see that some nouns which are plural in form, they look plural, they seem to be plural, but they are singular in meaning. Their form, their structure is plural, but their meaning is singular. You can see this example. This is one of the best examples we can have. Economics is the name of a subject. Economics is not a plural noun. Okay, so we cannot use are. Economics are a tough subject. This is incorrect. And in this example, the sentence is corrected. Economics is a tough subject. Okay, as in the same way, we can have so many examples. We always use mathematics. Okay, mathematics is my favorite subject. This is correct. Even though mathematics, the word mathematics seems to be plural in form, but its meaning is not plural. Okay, but sometimes in a few cases we can also use it in plural form. For example, his mathematics were wrong, means his calculations were wrong. Okay, here the meaning of the word mathematics is different. Okay, if we use the word mathematics in this sense, we can use a plural verb. But if we use this word to mean something singular, then we need to use a singular verb. So always remember this point, that the word seems to be plural in form. Its structure seems to be plural because it ends in s, cs, ics. It looks plural, but it is not plural in meaning. That's why the verb should be singular in this case. Now, the last but one rule we are going to learn, rule number 9. Words joined to a subject. See, when parenthetical, you might have heard about the parenthesis. Okay, you can let's look at this example. Okay, the chief with all his men were massacred. The chief with all his men, with all his supporters. Okay, here we with all his supporters is a parenthesis. Okay, is a parenthesis to the noun, the chief. Here the verb should agree with the noun, the chief. Okay, because in this noun phrase, the chief with all his men, the head word is the chief, and the chief is a singular noun. That's why the verb should be singular in form. You can see in this example, words joined to a singular subject by with, together with, in addition to, as well as, etc. are parenthetical and therefore do not affect the number of the verb. Okay, so even although these words are plural, the main word, the head word is the noun chief, which is a singular noun. That's why the verb should be singular. I can give you one more example of this. For example, we can say that the commander as well as his soldiers. In this case, we are joining two nouns with as well as. We are not joining two nouns with and. Remember this point. I have taken the same example as we did earlier, but I have used a different conjunction as well as. Okay. So remember this point, that here when we use as well as, in addition to, okay, with all, together with, etc., the verb should agree with the first noun. The commander with as well as his soldiers was ready for the battle. Okay, here where ready for the battle will not be the answer. Okay, because the verb will agree with the first noun. Okay, in this example you can see that the verb is used in the correct form in place of where was is used. Here it is the correct sentence now. And in spotting errors, you are given such sentences which seem to confuse you, because you don't know if you don't know the rules, you are sure to get confused. Okay, so always have a deep understanding of these rules, and always revise these rules in order to have a sound knowledge of these rules and be confident in answering the questions. If you know the rules, you will be confident, and if you don't know the rules, you will lose confidence. Okay, So now let's learn the last rule in this today's session. And this rule, as I told you earlier, all rules are based on subject-verb agreement. This rule is also dealing with subject-verb agreement. When the subject of the verb is a relative pronoun, okay, and care, you will have to take care that the verb agrees in number and person with the antecedent of the relative. Now let's learn what is antecedent of the relative. Here in this example, you can see that who is the relative pronoun, okay, and this pronoun is the subject of this verb is, okay, and this pronoun is referring to this pronoun I is a personal pronoun which is used as an antecedent of this relative pronoun. Antecedent means the word which is used before some other word, and they are interrelated, okay. This here who is related with I, that's why I is known as antecedent of this word who. So the verb should always agree with the antecedent, okay, in person and number. And here is used, which is incorrect, and here in this second example the sentence is corrected. I who am your friend, okay, who is incorrect, okay. I who is your friend will guard your interests. This is incorrect. I who am your friends, because with I we don't use is, okay, and as an antecedent of the relative pronoun who, we will have to the verb has to agree with this pronoun. Okay friends, that's all for now. See you in some other lecture. Visit us at the given social platforms. You can also contact us at the email IDs provided. You can also contact us at the phone numbers which are here. And also don't forget to visit our website dcaurangabad.org. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, share the videos and like them. Thank you. Have a nice day.